Boom, and we are live. Episode 22 of the Quarantine Concert Series right here on The Sound. I am Jared Seymour.
And I'm Kevin Harris.
We got a great show for you tonight. Coming up, we have interviews from Keith Wallen. That name may sound familiar. He is the guitar player of Breaking Benjamin. And we have an interview with the band Sons on Fire. You're not going to want to miss it. So let's get the show kicked right off. Oh, Kevin, what a hell of a day it's been today, right?
Yeah.
Let's share with the audience what we've been through.
So the original plan was I was driving over to Biloxi. We were going to work on the new studio, and we were going to do the show live inside the studio today.
Yes.
So long story short, I'm in Pensacola.
After you made the drive, you did make the drive.
I did make the drive. Things didn't work out.
The internet situation didn't work out for us. The cameras that we got, that situation didn't work out for us. We ended up driving around trying to get it all figured out. And then here we are back again in quarantine. But we're still happy that we could make it happen. And so, you got to persevere through shit like that, right?
Yeah. So we looked at the watches and we said, okay, if Kevin leaves by 5, he can be home, finish getting everything ready for the show. And here we are.
Michelle, what's up? Lisa, what is up?
Lisa.
Yes, you do got to get some of that sweet merch, Eric. And we appreciate the shirts that you sent us. We got those ready to wear on the show. Kevin and I have been stashing everything away. Like, I
wore mine last episode.
Okay, well, I'm gonna wear mine, but I keep waiting. Or
did I wear it at? Maybe no. You wore yours last episode. I wore mine on Croncast.
Yeah, I didn't wear it yet. But anyway, we're gonna get it out there, bro. And if you want to get some of that, some of our merch, the shirt Kevin's wearing, the hats that we're both wearing, and the beanies. I don't have one of those. I was supposed to grab it, but I didn't. They're all available on the sound228.com, man. Y'all go jump on there and purchase your stuff, man. Rory, I don't have my glasses on because they create a weird glare and shine the light back on the camera, but thanks for pointing that out, sir. I do appreciate it. I want to give a shout out to everybody at the Jam Room tonight. They just opened up this Monday. They did, a soft opening. They've had customers coming in. And this is in our local town here in D'Iberville, man. They just opened up a music shop. They got all your used gear, strings. They got guitars. They're doing repair work over there. And it's where our new studio is going to be once we ever get all the kinks worked out. So what's up to those guys? I know they said they were going to be watching.
Yeah, thank you guys. And they've done a lot of hard work for us to help us get that studio ready too. So some good stuff there. If you're local to the Gulf Coast, Mississippi, and you want one of these hats, you can swing by their shop and they've got the hats right there for you. So you don't have to wait for them to come in the mail or anything like that.
That is correct. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a fan of the show, and if you're enjoying the show so far, Kevin's focusing his camera. Be sure, please smash the share button, smash the like button, smash the love button, whatever you can. Drop us a comment. All of it helps us out. All the engagement tells the algorithms that, hey, people are digging the show.
If you really love the show and you want to support the show, send us some stars, man. 1 star is a penny. And I keep saying it. We're not trying to quit our day jobs. We're just trying to keep the show going. So if you see those stars down there and you want to donate some stars, 1 star is a penny. We appreciate everything that's donated to that.
That's right. And one last thing before we jump into the grudge match. I think this is going to work. Let's see. Yes. If you drop !notify into the comment section, Facebook will automatically sign you up for notifications when the show goes live. So you won't have to do any of that hitting the bell stuff. That's too complicated. Just drop !notify into the comments, and you'll be up to date on all that we're doing. So you won't miss anything.
Golf Media Collective, Joey, there you are, buddy. Welcome to the show. So he put in the comments down there. He loves us. He loves us.
All right.
So you ready to roll into the grudge match?
Yeah, let's stop the banter back and forth here, and Kevin, introduce the grudge match, man. What do we got for tonight?
All right. So as you know, the grudge match is simple. We play 2 videos. One's a challenger, one's a champion. You win the championship 3 times or 3 episodes in a row, you move into the Hall of Fame. You can check out the Hall of Fame on our YouTube page. Just click on the Grudge Match Hall of Fame. It'll play all the videos. As a matter of fact, what you can kind of see my TV going in the background. That's what's playing is the Grudge Match Hall of Fame playlist.
I was hoping it wasn't something weird.
No, it's not weird. It's unscrambled, so we're all right, I think.
It's unscrambled. Yeah. What are you, 16?
Anyways, so the champion is a band out of Florida called Nothing Known and Save Me. And the challenger tonight, and of course, don't want to forget that it's all being brought to you by Cheeky Monkey Cake Company, DeBees Road, Biloxi. You can't cancel king cake. If you're looking for king cake, they'll ship. They've got delicious king cakes. It's your opportunity now to still get a piece of Mardi Gras, even though most of Mardi Gras has been canceled. Although I did find out there's a couple parades happening in Florida that I might be able to go check out. But yeah, so Cheeky Monkey Cake Company, they've been nice enough to sponsor the grudge match. Please check them out. Give them a call. Check them out on Facebook. And I think it's cheekymonkeykakes.com is their website. So check that out. But our challenger tonight, this is one that I've been kind of pushing on Jared a little bit. The gentleman is the producer for AEW Wrestling. AEW, of course, WWE's main competitor now, but he does a lot of the music for that. He does writing for some MMA fighters and stuff. His name is Mikey Ruckus, and the name of the song is called Ghost Town. So you'll see the wrestler Matt Hardy in the video, and Matt Hardy's wife actually directed the video. So this is some good stuff, and he'll be the challenger tonight going up against Nothing Known. So if you want to roll on into video number 1, it is the grudge match being brought to you by Cheeky Monkey Cake Company. It's Mikey Ruckus. It's Ghost Town. He's our challenger, and you're watching the sound.
Boom.
Ruckus, I knew you'd come.
Sensibility stripped away, and I will not follow. Massive insecurities, a hard pill to swallow. Basking in regretfulness and misery, you wallow. I see your aggravated, cause I won't participate. Not once have you allocated 1 minute to innovate. Self-absorption, narcissistic extortion. Hypocrite, illegitimate, realism, distortion. Just you recruit me. I can see everything you've done now. Cause your life like a solid man. Look in your eyes, your soul is a ghost town. I want to come to a living nightmare. A criminal, distant from below. Ready forever and there's no escape.
Whoa.
Yes. I like that tune a lot.
Yes. Yeah, that's pretty heavy. I dig it. Tell them the backstory on that again in case anybody missed it.
So Mikey Ruckus is one of the music producers for AEW, All Elite Wrestling, which has like Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks and things like that. Yes, I know a little bit about wrestling as well. But he also does MMA fighters music. And this is his, I believe his first full album of just his own stuff being put out there. And of course, in the video, you saw Matt Hardy, who is with AEW Wrestling, and his wife was Matt Hardy's wife was the director of that video. So some good stuff from them as the challenger for the grudge match. Now,
yeah, that was awesome, man.
Champion.
Hold on, let's hit some of these comments up, man. We were getting lit up. We're getting lit up here. My mother-in-law would like a hat. Okay, we can get you that, Miss Michelle, for sure, no problem. Gulf Media Collective, what's up, brother? Joe, thank you for the exclamation point notify. We appreciate that. Steven, you did the same thing. Steven Wilson, thank you, sir. Bill, I don't want to butcher your last name, so I'm not going to do that, but thank you as well. And then Lisa in the comments, where did I see that at? Lisa Wills dropped some stars. So
she did.
Man, we really appreciate that as well. That's awesome.
And Tony Byrne dropped some stars.
Tony, thank you, sir.
Carissa Dunapace dropped some stars.
Okay, apparently I missed some. I didn't see it.
So when you're looking at your StreamYard comments, Jared, if you see the name with nothing there, that means they dropped some stars.
Oh wow. Okay, cool.
You just don't know how much, but you can tell that they dropped some stars. And poor somebody, I mean, can't remember her damn Apple password.
Yeah, she's a special kind of person, man.
So thank you guys so much for dropping the stars so far and hanging out with us. Bill, the one you said, I'm not even going to butcher that last name. He's with Sons on Fire. So he'll be joining us here in just a little bit.
Love it.
Talking about.
Tell me how to say his name.
Yeah, because I honestly don't even want to give it a shot either. I would totally butcher that one. So we'll find out for sure when he's on the show here in just a little bit. But let's move on to our champion in the grudge match, band out of Florida called Nothing Known. This song is really, really good as well. It's their first video, their first single, their first time to actually just say, you know what, here we are. And they're getting a lot of good reaction on that. Phil, if you're on your way, you just stop.
Yeah, sorry,
we're
buddy.
not in the studio tonight. It didn't work out for us.
Yeah. Kevin, did you explain how to vote on? It's kind of complicated.
So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw the poll up, and it's going to say video number 1, Mikey Ruckus, Ghost Town. Video number 2, Nothing Known, Save Me. You pick in the poll which video you want. If you can't get the poll to work, just put it up into the comments, and we'll count those votes as well. And of course, at the end of the show, if I remember, which 99.9% of the time I do not, but if I remember, I will announce the winner tonight, and they'll move on to our February 21st show as our champion. And I think Phil's pissed.
Yeah, and I don't blame him, Phil. We're pissed too. I don't know if you heard at the beginning of the show, we had a hell of a day trying to make this happen, and then we ended up back in quarantine. What's up, Leon? Appreciate you being in the chat here, brother, man. And
Michelle,
Phil,
thank you for dropping some stars.
Yes, you rock. All right, so let's jump into the video. Kev, give us that roll in.
Here's your champion, Nothing Known. It's Save Me. It's the grudge match being brought to you by Cheeky Monkey Cake Company, and you're watching the sound. It's going to be a tough one tonight.
I'm not sure what that mannequin did to deserve to be burned alive. But I like the song, But
no, good stuff, man.
What did that mannequin do wrong? It's not fair. It's not fair at all.
It's a mannequin. So
mannequins have feelings too, Kevin.
Real quick, while he's in here, and he's only in here for a short time every now and then, Mark Simmons is in the house.
Mark.
Wanted to tell him happy birthday, man.
Yeah, bro.
Wasn't able to make. I was in Pensacola having to work, but I heard it was a blast at the Touch Biloxi birthday extravaganza at Biloxi. So happy birthday, dude. Let's see. So let's talk about a few things before we get into some of our guests tonight.
Yes.
If everything works right as far as the guests getting in. I know Sons on Fire, they've already emailed me back. They're already in. Unfortunately, haven't heard from Keith since I sent the link this morning. So we'll see what happens. But anyways, we've got some really good stuff going on, including the latest stuff on our website, thesound228.com. So we've got a new events page there that we haven't promoted a ton, but we're starting to build it up a ton. If you've got event flyers with the links to the event or the Facebook invite or event, just email us at thesound228@gmail.com or send us a DM through Facebook. It doesn't matter. But you can go to the events page. There's a lot of stuff on there that's coming to the coast. Some good news good news and bad news from Danny Weimer Productions. They put on the big shows like Welcome to Rockville and a whole bunch of other stuff. Well, they usually put on about 8 or 9 throughout the whole year. Well, they're only going to do 3 this year, but Rockville is one of them at Daytona Beach. It's going to be in November. So they've announced that that's going to happen, but it's going to be, normally it's a summertime show. So they're pushing it back as far as they can for this year to do it in 2021. So we'll get into all of that. But you can check out that.
None.
No, absolutely. And then you've got, while you're there, you can check out the shop. We had talked about it earlier. We've got all this brand new merch, thanks to our good friends over at Fresh Baked Tees. They've done the hats for us, the beanies for us, the t-shirts for us. In-house, we've actually got stickers that I forgot to bring over to the shop today, but I'll have them over there this weekend.
You sure did.
So yeah, Danny Weimer. I'm sorry. Thank you, Lisa. And then, so we've got stickers. They're on the, you type in code TheSound228, you get free shipping on the stickers. And you got the hats, the beanies, t-shirts. We've got a new shirt that we haven't even put on our shop yet. But if you go on to freshbakedtees.com and go to our shop there, you've got a shirt with the logo on the front, and on the back it says "We Are New Rock" and the sound228.com. So we've got a bunch of the hoodies are there. We've got some racer tanks. I'm actually going to share this real quick.
Yeah, share your screen. I was going to say so we can see it.
There it is. So you got the Flex Fit hat, you got the beanie. Those are available either purchasing them through our website, or you can stop by the Jam Room Music Center on Gornflow Road in D'Iberville and pick them up there. You got the stickers; they'll be at the Jam Room Music Center soon with this weekend, or you can order them online with free shipping. You got the candle, which I actually have one sitting here, and I think Jared might actually have one at his house right now. But I've got mine right there. It is whiskey flavored, and you've also got vanilla and weed. So you want to tell them the saying behind that?
Yeah, that's Dirty Joe's Candle Co. Out of Bay St. Louis. That's Joseph Everett. He's got a company out there making some killer candles with all kind of cool, like sexual innuendos with his stuff. And he made us some candles for us. And he said, he wanted something concert themed. So he went with whiskey, weed. And if you're not down with those two things, then you're just plain vanilla.
Vanilla.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. They smell great and they burn a really long time, man. I've got one here that's been burning for a bunch of hours and it's still going strong. That's one of the most important things with the candles. How long will it burn for? Also, how well it smells and how much smell it puts out.
So I'm going to put a comment up here real quick. from Mike Quayle. Man, that man right there taught me so much about music business. He's out in California now, but he was here and did some shows, did some good stuff for the music scene here on the Gulf Coast. So, Mike, thank you so much for calling it a great show. That means a lot coming from somebody like you. I appreciate that.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
So, go ahead.
No, I was going to say in the comments, I've seen 2 people so far here. Michelle said she got one super soft hoodie. I think we put that up already. And then Roy Williams in the comments, man, the legend, Roy Williams, said he got his hoodie today. Y'all need to take some pictures and send it in to us, man. We'll put you on the Instagram and the Facebook page. We'd love to see y'all wearing the gear. And thanks for the support too, by the way.
I saw another comment pop up. I'm throwing it up right now.
Yeah.
From Relent. Guys, Relent is one awesome band, guys, and they're going to be on our show February 21st. Last Days has been #1 on the Dirty 30 for us for the last couple weeks, and they've got their new single out. We were blaring that for every hour for an entire day. So good stuff from them, and they're going to be on the show with us coming up on February 21st. So I just wanted to give them a shout out as well.
Hell yeah. And we got Crescent City Gumbos in the comments too. What's up, Dominic? How are you doing, brother? Love everything you're doing over there in the Louisiana neck of the woods. So guys, if you haven't checked him out, Kevin, maybe we can tag him in the comments below because he's pumping out a ton of killer local live music right out of his garage, man. I've seen some of my most favorite live stream performances come from him. So
yes, sir. So if we wanted to, well, it's not letting me tag him for some reason. Oh, there he is. Got him. But we wanted to YouTube. Sorry, I got caught in the when certain words pop up in comments, it grabs my attention. So Lisa, you put the wrong word in there. It just totally threw me off. But anyway.
Oh, I see it. Wow. I like Lisa's style.
Man, Lisa's awesome. So what else did we want to talk about here on this small little break while we were waiting to see
228 day? That's why I love your one sheets, because it keeps me straight. It makes me sound like I know what I'm talking about. That is coming up February 28th, and we're going to be hanging out for all you local folks at the Juke Joint over in Ocean Springs. I think we're going to start, Kevin, around 12 o'clock ish, 1 o'clock ish. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. And we're going to set up. Go ahead. No, we're going to set up some of our stuff. We're going to have the radio station blasting over some speakers, and it's just really like a meet and greet hangout kind of day. If you're a musician and you want to bring your stuff, your guitar or whatever, and set it up and just kind of impromptu performance, that's fine. Do it. But we really just want to have a good excuse for everybody to get together in the same room and just talk about how the past year sucked and what we're planning on for 21.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to it. I like seeing when everybody gets together and just kind of, it's fun to have that much personality in one room and just seeing everybody interact with each other. It's so much fun. So I guess, Bill, if you're watching, if you guys want to hop on in Sons on Fire while we're waiting on Keith, we can get you guys in as well and go ahead and get you guys going. However you want to do it. But yeah, just 228 day Juke Joint, Ocean Springs. There's an event invite on Facebook. I'll share it. Man, click go and come hang out with us. Just have a good time for a few hours and watch these local musicians. I know there's some people coming from the Pensacola area. There's a band that asked if they brought their gear, could they play 3 songs? And I'm like, whatever you want to do, dude. Come on over. That's what it's for. We want to see as much of the coast, and we say 228 day. That's where we're from. I don't care where you're from. If you want to make the drive, come on, hang out, and we'll do that. So, Jared, we've got Bill in backstage with us right now from Sons on Fire. So we're gonna let him in here, and we are going to chat a little bit about Sons on Fire. Bill, how are you?
What's up, man?
So now that you're here, how do you say your last name?
It's Nishay.
Nishay.
I was leaning that way, but I didn't want to slaughter it, man.
Yep.
So we got you here. You got a single that we've been playing. It's hit #1 on our Dirty 30, and it's been in the top 10, floating around for a while. Tell us a little bit about the song "Faded," and then we're going to go into the whole deal of Sons on Fire and who everybody is and where you guys are from and all that. But I want to know, because there are certain lyrics in that song that everybody can relate to if they've ever. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, at one point it's "I only love you when I'm drunk, and you only love me when you're drunk."
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about that.
It's just a song of everyday stuff. I mean, we wanted to write something that everybody can relate to. It's just regular tongue in cheek kind of a song. I'm getting like a double audio coming through. I'm getting like a bunch of stuff coming through, so I'm hearing like a delay.
All right,
I'm gonna check the audio. Yeah, I don't. The cancellation's on. We could probably let's do this real quick one time.
Now it's probably better now.
Is it better now?
Yeah, that's a lot. I had like the Facebook thing was going, but then the StreamYard thing was like overlapping.
That'll screw you up every single time.
I'm like sitting here like a complete idiot, like I'm hearing you, but then Jared's talking, and I'm like, what the fuck am I listening to?
Yeah, a lot of people say the same thing when they're in the room with us. So you're not really too far out of line there.
So let me get back to it. So "Faded," it's just it's an everyday song about just a girl that's it's an everyday song about a girl that's she only likes you when she's drunk. She's got issues. Everybody kind of relates to kind of that girl at the bar, and she works all day, but she really wants to go out at night. When she goes out at night, she turns into a different girl, and we just wanted something hooky and catchy and something that everybody can relate to. And it's different from all the other stuff we've done with our other bands. And we kind of said, this new band's going to be different. We're going to write stuff that everybody can relate to. And it seemed to have, it's taken off. I mean, it's doing great. It was doing really good at radio when we came out. I think we ended up at 28, I think, on Billboard and Foundations. It was #1. We were the #1 most added song when it came out. I think it was the end of September, beginning of October. And then we're getting ready for the next single to come out.
So what will the next single be?
It's going to be "Paralyzed."
Okay.
You guys will be getting that probably March. We're thinking the label's saying. Okay. It's a good one. I mean, this thing, Kev, I mean, I know we spoke in emails in the past, and I don't know if Jared, we've talked, but I mean, what's really unique about this is this never started as a real band. I mean, we came from a band called Kicking Kate. We had pretty moderate success in late 2000s, like 2010 to 14, 15. We hooked up with Jägermeister, did a lot of the Jaeger tours, Disturbed, 3 Days Grace, Stained, that kind of thing. Score was on Octane a lot. That was our single Score. And then we kind of took a hiatus, man. It kind of, we crisscrossed the country about 8 times during that album cycle. And it sucks because we were finally starting to really do some big things, and we just we were just around each other all the time. We just kind of needed a little bit of an air break, and we were scattered. I ended up moving to Austin, where I live now. The band's based in San Diego. Our singer at the time, Frank, lived in New York, and it just proved to be kind of a permanent thing. We did a reunion show, I think, 2 years ago in Phoenix, and it was great. And it just we just couldn't get things back together. But then me, Johnny, and Chuck were in that band, and then they kind of had a rendition of this band called 91 Proof, and it was more bluesy, and I wanted to do something again where it was more like Seven Dust meets, something heavier in that vein. I said, if I was going to do something again, I want to do something in that vein. But then they came back and they said, listen, why don't you look at this? And I said, I don't really want to be totally bluesy Buck Cherry style, but we wanted to do something commercially appealing. And it's not that we're selling out. It's just, we've been in this business a long time, and we just wanted to get that mass appeal and really hone in on the song or hone in on things that everybody can relate to. So I went to them, and at the time, Trevor was our singer, which is our lead guitar player. And I said, listen, Trevor's an awesome singer in his own right, but there was a band in San Diego called One Theory. And Darren sang with that band, and it was really heavy. Think about Kill Switch Engage meets maybe a Slipknot, maybe a little bit Pantera. But we always wanted to play with this dude. And it was an oxymoron because what we were writing was commercial, but Derek is very Southern heavy, really screamo. But man, when he hit those choruses, it was very melodic. And I said, dudes, I'll join if you can get Darren. And they sent out an email to Darren, and Darren responded, and he's like, I'm in. And I'm like, well, shit, then I'm in. So they had kind of these songs written already. Mm-hmm. So they sent them out to me, and I kind of rocked them out maybe a little bit, flew into San Diego, rehearsed them. And dudes, I got to tell you something, man. It's the craziest thing, because when you don't have the pressure of a label or anybody telling you what to do, you have this creative freedom that it's different. So we all went into this and said, listen, we're going to go in, we're going to listen to the songs. We knew the songs were good. They were even better. Not anything about me and Darren, but we just brought a little bit more of a heaviness to it and a structure. And then we said, okay, well, we as a band like the songs, but let's see what happens. So then we invited some friends over to our rehearsal spot, and we played the songs to them, and they were blown away. Now, whether they were blowing smoke up our ass or they're our friends, whatever it is, they liked it. And then we said, well, shit, man, now what? Now we got songs that we like. We got songs that our friends like. The Kicking Cape friends came by, and Darren's One Theory friends. I think his friends freaked out more because he wasn't screaming. He was actually singing. And the best way I can describe it is Darren's in that spot where Dave Draymond is now, where Dave Draymond does Down with this. I grew up with Disturbed in Chicago, so they're friends of mine. You know, David's singing now. Look at Sound of Silence and these other things that he's doing. Nobody knew Draymond had that voice, and he's really starting to sing. And that's what I think Darren's friends thought. So they walked away from it going, Jesus, man, Darren can actually sing. Then we said, okay, we like it. Our friends like it. Let's book a show. Dude, I think we played, right now I can tell you, I've probably been in a room with these guys 12 times total.
Oh, wow.
So we book a show. It sells out 500 kids. We played last February in San Diego in our hometown, and it was sold out 500 kids. So now we're going, well, shit, man. This wasn't really a band. It was kind of a project. We were going to go right to radio with it and see what happens. And we were going to let radio dictate what we did with this, because we've all got other things going on, businesses, stuff like that. So we like it. Our friends like it. We play a show. It's sold out. So I go, well, man, let me send this to a label. My buddy owns Pavement, which has got, Soil and Puddle of Mud and Tantric and Candlebox and that kind of stuff. So I sent it to my buddy Mark, and he goes, dude, we're going to put this out. I'm like, what the hell? So he takes it, and then COVID hits. Now it's like, oh shit moment of 5 guys looking at each other going, what the hell are we going to do here? So immediately it was never a doubt in our mind, because now this was recorded in November of 2019. So now it's March 2020 and COVID hits, and the label goes, well, you guys got great stuff, but what are we going to do with this now? It was never a doubt for us what we were going to do. We were putting it out because we thought in our minds that if this thing really goes into what it does, and it's a pandemic and the world's closed down, we figure we can get more people's attention maybe because people won't be going out and working. So we'll have less competition. And what band's going to be as stupid as we are to put out a single during the pandemic and you can't tour behind it? But we had nothing to lose. So we said, let's put it out. Well, we put it out, and within the first week, we were #1 ads at a lot of stations. Then the interviews started coming. And then once it charted, it got even a little bit crazier. And in a very short couple of weeks, I mean, it was starting to get viral. Now, granted, look at this now. We have a half-ass website that's in the process of being redone right now. We had zero social media, no Instagram, no Facebook. We had nothing. So here we are, a charting Billboard band that has nothing behind us because we weren't ready. We didn't know what was going to happen. This was a fluke, and now we're playing catch up. Thank God, there is no touring because we can actually play catch up and get our social media up. So I mean, now we've got good social media. I think we got probably 23,000 followers. I think we finally hit on Instagram, and then we did the video, and we didn't, we finally sat there and said, well, we're going to actually make a video. Well, doing a video at this time, you got to get insurance clearances for the extras. You got to do a bunch of stuff. Now, Pavement, while it's a good label, it's not Warner Brothers. So here we got to pay these extras. We got to give them COVID shots. There's insurance liabilities. So we said, let's go right to a lyric video. Did a lyric video. I think we're up to 11,000 plays in a month that it came out, with very little advertising or marketing behind it. But meanwhile, we've got a Rolodex, guys that are like the who's who. I mean, we're friends. I don't know if you guys know Randy Hawk at WJJO, but he programs everything for Lou Brutus and Hard Drive. Lou Brutus is a good friend. L.A. Lloyd, Rock 30. So all of a sudden, the first week out, we're Lou Brutus's pick of the week. The next week, we're L.A. Lloyd's pick of the week. Thanksgiving, we co-host the Rock 30 with L.A. Lloyd, his biggest show of the year. He's usually got Shinedown or Marilyn Manson. We're on it. We do a whole co-hosting show. Jose from Octane's got it. I mean, I think Paralyzed will be something we're going to do with those guys. But all of a sudden, we went back to all our Rolodex of friends, and they just opened it up and said, man, this is a great thing. We want to get behind this. So it's weird because we're in this pandemic and we're trying to bridge time to when you can tour, and bridge time to where the band's still relevant from, this came out 4 months ago and we're still pumping, Faded is still doing good, but we got to do something, or we have to be able to stay ahead of the curve before people forget who you are.
That's it.
Man, there's a lot to unpack in all that, what you just said. So I'm trying to keep up with it and trying to remember everything you said. So I'm going to work my way backwards as best I can remember. That's awesome that you realized the opportunity that you had by releasing that song in the middle of COVID, because like you said, everybody else was scared to do it and you didn't have that pressure on you. You took advantage of it. That's ninja level black belt type shit that you did. And hats off to you for that, dude. That's awesome. Yeah. So go ahead. No, go ahead.
It was pretty insane, guys. I mean, really, when I tell you that we didn't have a freaking clue, man. I mean, there's bands that are more, I mean, we know our shit, but this was not even a craps game. This was something that we thought was good, but we didn't know. And it worked out the exact way we wanted it to happen. But now, we're in no man's land. We don't know what we're going to do. I mean, there's some little shows you can get on, and there's some bands that are doing things, but I mean, we're really trying to keep the radio going, using this downtime to do social media. But I mean, without guys like you, I mean, you guys really, really, really stepped up. And I mean, I think we consider you guys family, because, you guys are spinning the hell out of us right now. I mean, you made us number one, and you're one of these guys, and there's probably 20 of you guys, but I mean, we got a really good relationship with you and some of the other guys. But I mean, this pandemic thing screwed up a lot of stuff. And, whether you guys got one listener or 1 million, it doesn't matter to us. You're in that circle now where we have everything we do is an inner circle of people. We don't trust a lot of people. We don't work with a lot of outside people, but people that do something for us will go on. I don't care if we turn into the next Disturbed. You guys got carte blanche, and it'll never change. A lot of the bands don't do that, and they forget that kind of shit. But I'm a businessman as well, and I know the way the game's played. And you guys are there in that time of need where, every little spin helps, man.
Man, dude, we appreciate that. We appreciate that a lot. The only thing that I heard you say that didn't make that it made sense, but it's like you didn't have the social media thing going, but it sounds like you've corrected that. So that's awesome. And kudos to you guys. 23,000 followers on Instagram. That's headed well in the right direction. And that's awesome. Yeah. Can you touch real quick on, I got 2 more questions just for me, and Kevin, you can roll in. How did you have the Rolodex of all the people that you mentioned?
Dude, I've been doing music all my life.
Okay, so from your previous stuff,
previous bands, we've been. It's like you guys. You guys will be lifelong friends, and you know what?
Hold on one sec, guys. All right,
there he is, Darren.
Figured it out, guys. My bad.
All good.
Darren's in the sticks in California in the mountains, so he's here now.
And we got Keith in the waiting room. Keith, we're coming. I promise. We're getting to you, buddy.
Yeah, he's throwing the horns up. Y'all can't see it, ladies and gentlemen, but he's ready.
Nice.
We're coming right up. We got a few more hot questions, and then we're rolling into you, brother. Keith's got some killer shit going on too. So
he does. They're a good band.
Yes. So again though, so you had the Rolodex, you've been in the game, you've done this before, and so you utilize the leverage that you had, right?
Right. This
Right.
business is all about relationships, man. I mean, we've been out so many times and we've seen bands, and if I've seen bands that are great, and it sucks that most of the time they won't go anywhere because they just don't have the connections or the wherewithal or the business knowledge to do it. And it's just a natural, I guess, for us. But we realized early on that you can't piss in your own Cheerios, and you can't take advantage of the radio guy when you're at the bottom, when you're at the top, because you ain't going to stay there forever, and you're going to need those guys. And a lot of these bands don't take advantage of that. I mean, I hear it all the time where, this band wanted to be on my show. I got them on the show, and as soon as they got big, they forgot who I was. That's just that's kind of bullshit in our book, man. I mean, that'll never happen.
I hope our listeners are paying attention, because we kind of cater to the up and coming guys, the local band level, the ones that are just starting to get on that, their first little like regional tour kind of stuff. Pay attention to what this guy's saying, because that's worth its weight in gold, my friends. It is art. It's you love it. It's your passion, but there's the business aspect of it too. And if you don't know how to do the game the right way, you're screwed.
Yeah, totally. I mean, Darren, he's seen being from his band to kind of like what we do now. And I think he's even kind of looking at this going, this is a whole different ball of wax. I mean, I think, Darren, kind of how like we operate is different from what you've probably done in the past, right?
Oh yeah, man. I've had to I've toured the country a few times, several times, played big events, big shows, big stuff like that all across the country. And it was a different ball game back then. It was MySpace then, it was networking back then, because we weren't signed. We had no one backing us, no nothing at the time. We built that thing from what it was from the ground up. So, and now being with Sons, I completely see the other side of the coin. You know what I mean? I've seen having to come up from nothing and then just jumping kind of into something, so to speak. You know what I mean? Because that's kind of what happened, really.
Yeah, it's just it's an organization, and you have to treat it like a business. We have band meetings, we have Zoom meetings, we jam, and it's not so much about the songs. It's probably 50% about the songs and 50% about the business of, well, you can have a great song, but then how are you going to market it? We give each other the freedom. These guys will write the songs. Everybody's got Pro Tools in their house, and they'll do riffs, and they'll then send them to me, and I'll look at them, and I'll come back and maybe play something a little bit different. But we never once go to Darren and say, Darren, don't do that. Everybody's got complete freedom to do. We wanted to do a completely different band project of what people have done in the past. And we didn't want to stifle anybody's creativity, because it's really weird. I mean, once we'll come out and see you guys, and we'll do shows, obviously, and you'll notice that we're 5 very different people. Darren's influences are what, Darren?
Oh my gosh. Crazy stuff that's not even in this country, man. No, I was really big into soil work, back in the day. Then I moved into Lamb of God, you know what I mean? I then Kill Switch, obviously, so I came from like a really metal background. But the funny thing is, I was in a metal band for a long time. Everyone knows me as this metal guy. You come up to my place, you're probably gonna hear some country. So it was kind of
that ain't unusual, dude. That's not very unusual.
Dude, he's got roosters and like llama and sheep. He's got all kinds of shit out there. It's like Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah, I got a bunch of him.
I love it. Last thing, again, our listeners, our audience is a lot of up and comings, local guys. Like I say, they may be getting their first regional tour kind of stuff. That's where we want to catch them. That's where we want to speak to them. And you've been dropping a ton of truth bombs on them. Talk to me again real quick about like the difference between the way you approached the studio this time, when you said you went in there and did what you wanted without that label pressure, no preconceived thoughts or notions, and you just did your thing. Because a lot of people that I talk to, a lot of people that I'm around that from years past and even today, the label, get signed, the label, like as soon as you put your name on that dotted line, everything is just strippers and cocaine. And it's not really like that all the time, right? Like
not all the time,
right? Not all the time. Some of the time, but not all the time. But it's not all just good, right? Like there is pressures that are involved with that, and staying true to your art and to your music. There's a lot to be said for that, right? And I think that's what you were talking about, is that when that pressure's not there, you can kind of do what you want and keep the music the way it should be. Is that what I'm picking up?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, for me, recording this time was really cool because there was kind of no time limit. You know what I mean? So and that allowed us to, basically do what you were just talking about, which was take our time, get the stuff right, get it out the way we wanted to get it out, so that was huge for me because I was able to go, I didn't really like that so much. I didn't have to worry about the clock. You know what I mean? Like all the guys were like, do it till you like it. Do it till you like it. You know what I mean? And so it was really,
I mean, the negative side, or I don't want to say the negative side, or maybe the side that other bands don't have the wherewithal on, is the financial side. We had the money of our own money to go in and do it. So, I mean, we're starting with a clean slate with the label where we don't have debt. We don't have this owing. I mean, we go on tour, they're getting you a bus, then it's a different deal, or RV, whatever you're going to do. But we're trying to do as much stuff as we can on our own financially, and we have the wherewithal to do that. Like I said, we all are involved in other businesses. So Darren was like, dude, we thought it was fucking great. And I'm like, Darren, if you don't like it, dude, go in and cut it again. Do it until you're done. Johnny, if you don't like the bass, Chuck, you don't like your guitar lead, Trevor, you don't like something. But me, if I didn't like this roll, I'm doing it again, because don't forget, we didn't know what was going to happen now. So we were doing everything we needed to just make it the way we wanted and hope to God that something would happen or somebody would comment it, like all the stars aligned,
Yeah.
Absolutely,
man. Bill, I could spend another 2 hours just talking to you, man, about all this, the other side of it. I don't want to put you on the spot in front of the camera, but would you be willing to jump back? Would you be willing to jump back on at some point? Not, weeks, months, whatever,
dude,
and talk
just
about.
Tell me.
Yeah, let's get into the nitty gritty, because I really feel like if we throw this out there for the hardcore musicians that are out there, I can tell no shit that they need to know, man. And I would love to just dive into that.
Dude, you tell me next week, tomorrow, the next. Don't put it off. You just, whenever you want to do it. Kevin's got me and Kevin talk all the time. Just shoot me a thing and say, would you want to come on next week or next Tuesday or next? Dude, I'm there.
Yeah, Roy Williams, he's got some experience. He said super high interest loan, which is sometimes what a record deal could be. So I would love to like do a deep dive with you on the nuts and bolts of that side of it, because I think a lot of musicians could benefit from hearing that, man.
Yeah. It's like I said, this Paralyze is going to be coming. You guys figure very big into our future of what we're going to do with the song. I mean, we're looking to go a lot higher on this chart, and we're lining up the right radio guys and the team behind us. And what you guys done in the past for us with spinning a song with granted we've been around, but I mean, basically a new band. I mean, there's not a lot of regular radio stations that do that. I mean, we've got a lot of the regular traditional radio stations, but internet stations and streaming stations to me are just as big as regular terrestrial radio, because it's about a listener. We look at this a different way. We don't care if you're on a radio or you're an internet station or you're on YouTube. The goal is to get an ear. Once we get the ear, we have to turn you into a fan. We turn you into a fan. How can we compensate or make an income from that fan? What can we give them over and beyond just music? How do we connect with them on a level that's different? Because we're going up against Warner Brothers. We're going up against Reprise and Universal and all these big bands. But the bands generally get lazy once they get signed and think the label does it. It's not the way it is anymore. This is not 1985. And believe me, I was back there in the day. I was with Island. I was signed to a major. I've done stuff which we'll talk off the record, but there's a bunch of stuff out there that people need to learn, and it's just cool to do stuff with these guys now, because like I said, seeing Darren kind of evolve into this new thing, and he's like, Darren did a bunch of sound bites for you guys. All of a sudden we get these lists of, Chris sends up, he goes, I need 20 sound bites. Darren goes, I'm in the studio, blah blah blah, knocks them out, sends them out, and I'm like, dude, it's like he's going, people want to actually hear me say this is Darren from Sons on Fire. You're listening to Faded on the sound. And he's like, he knocks these things out. So it's like there's a whole side of the business that you guys love that stuff. And it's nothing for us to do. You know what I mean? But it needs to work hand in hand. And, we're just looking forward to the next single and taking it a little bit higher.
We're there. 100%.
Good. We want to be with Breaking Benjamin.
There you go. Guys, we appreciate your time. That got Keith to turn around in his chair. I can see him. Y'all can't. That got him to turn around.
Great band, man.
We'll do a handoff here. Let's pull him in the stream. We'll do a handoff real quick before we put. Where can people find you if they don't already know? We always love to drop the connections, the social stuff.
Go ahead, Darren.
Facebook. You can go check out our Instagram, our YouTube channel.
Sons on Fire Official.
Yeah, Sons on Fire Official. We've got we've got content up right now. We've got more on the way. We're gonna be doing some acoustic stuff. We're gonna be doing maybe some covers. You guys let us know if you want us to do a certain cover. Maybe we can get it in there. But you know, we got a lot of stuff coming, and there's, you know, just go check it all out. And I'm so stoked that you guys gave us the time for this. Thank you.
Sweet, man. Gentlemen, thank y'all so much. I'm gonna pull Keith in because y'all got him to spin around. Now we got a hodgepodge here of everybody on the.
Keith, what's up, buddy?
How's it going, fellas?
Dude, I love your band.
I appreciate that.
You guys have been following you guys for a long time, man. You guys never cease to amaze me.
Great.
I appreciate it, man. You know, I think in the main, you know, scheme of things, I still kind of consider us the new guys.
But, dude, there's nothing wrong with that. I know you had some lineup. Are you guys out of Pennsylvania still?
Yeah. Well, we live all over the place, to be honest. Our bass player still lives. He lives in Pennsylvania, but the rest of us were scattered all around. So
same as us. But yeah, I mean, you guys have been at it a long time. You know the business. Even if you're new, you guys are seeing stuff. You see the business has definitely changed lately, and then you throw the COVID thing in there, and now we're all pretty much screwed.
Yeah, it's been a tough little run of it here recently, but you know, I'm still got my fingers crossed and keeping hope that you know, things are going to bounce back once once it's safe to do it. So
yeah. Well, we don't want to take any more of your time. They've used some time with us. Good luck to you guys, man, and can't wait to hear your new stuff, and hopefully we'll see you out there soon.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate
Bill,
that.
I'll be in touch with you, sir.
You got it, buddy. Thanks, guys.
Right, Darren, thank you, guys.
Darren, thanks a lot.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, so
Howdy.
I'm going to get the awkward moment out of the way real quick.
All
Go
right.
ahead, Kevin.
Keith, I don't know if you even can remember who I am or whatever, but it doesn't matter because I'm about to inform you who I am.
Furman Power Conditioners.
I start with, I can't even get it bent right. So I start with that.
Oh, dang.
And then back in the day,
It's fangirling.
I'm going to for a minute. I had that.
Wow.
That was from the Hard Rock in Biloxi, Mississippi.
Dang.
And then there is one of my favorites, which is this one, which I think you guys were with Korn in Biloxi, Mississippi for that show.
Yeah.
So not only am I glad to have you on to talk about your solo stuff, but I'm just glad to have you on because I've seen Breaking Benjamin 18 times. I've probably seen them with you 5 times.
Wow.
So, and like I said, saw you with Adelita's Way when you were with them probably 4 or 5 times as well. So I'm a huge Keith fan. Let's just put it that way.
Hey, I appreciate that, man, so much. And hey, fellas, thanks for having me. This is awesome.
Man, thank you. And thanks for patiently waiting. We appreciate that, bro.
No, of course. Hey, I was taking a few notes myself. I was like, hey, this guy knows his stuff, I guess.
I know. I'm blown away. But we're getting Bill back on. We're talking more. There ain't no doubt.
So I guess my question to you is, I have another show on our radio station called Got You Covered that you had put out a cover of The Look that I play on there. And now I don't know if a lot of people know how influential you've been in some of the most recent music across the board with multiple bands. And now you're doing your own stuff. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. Gosh, I mean, as far as the influencing of others, I mean, it's super flattering and it's an honor, honestly. I'm just, trying to write songs, keep busy and putting out music as much as I can before I get too old and get to a point before I, can't use my hands and can't use my voice anymore. So that's kind of the way I look at it. And same with the solo stuff. Obviously my regular band keeps me quite busy when, everything's, when the world is operational and running on, full cylinders. But yeah, it's kind of one of those things where, if I have some downtime in between, tours and stuff, I've kind of tried to take that time and use it. I guess stay busy and just keep putting out music and Obviously the pandemic hit, and we've all got a plenty of time on our hands now. So it was kind of something I really wanted to, try and cultivate and release music. So, yeah.
Was the solo stuff already in the works, or was it something that was a byproduct of the pandemic and the downtime?
Right. Well, I've actually put out a few. I had an EP in 2014. It was kind of a real kind of basic, just kind of real chill music, piano kind of stuff. And then here in the last couple of years, I've just released a single here and there. Just kind of like what I said, it's like in between tours, I just want to stay busy. I don't want to be stagnant. I don't want to, sit around because I get bored, and I just, feel like a worthless piece of shit if I sit around too long. So, just, put out a few singles here and there. And this time around, I really wanted to work on a full album and really, do more of a rock thing. I think some of my other songs were kind of a little bit more alternative, maybe more on the pop side. And that's just me just having fun and experimenting a little bit, because I've just been in rock bands my whole career. So, just was like, sure, let's try some different stuff. But after a while, I was like, all right, I want to come back and have some guitars and have some drums and bring the rock a little bit. Nothing too crazy though. I'm not really a big screamer or anything. I love it. I love hearing screams. Like, I love that, like, from bands. I wish I could do it. I wish I could do it because it's awesome. But I probably wouldn't be able to talk or sing the rest of the night if I try to do that. So,
all right. Well, the single is "Dream Away," and I think the official ad date was last Tuesday.
Right.
And our little internet station, we jumped on it a week early just because it was you.
That's awesome.
But so, and I love the tune. Just tell us a little bit about what's behind that song.
Sure. Well, it's funny. I've had that question a lot. Is this something you kind of worked on during the pandemic? And it's funny because you listen to the lyrics and you listen to kind of what I'm singing about and the story in the song, and it sounds like something that someone would write when they're just stuck at home and they're trying to get out of that negative headspace. But really, I wrote it before all this happened, which was crazy because it was a little bit of I don't know, it was almost predictive in a weird way. But yeah, it's funny. One of my friends was telling me, after everything kind of shut down and I hadn't had all the songs completely finished. I was still kind of listening to mixes and stuff. I sent it out to a couple friends of mine to just kind of check it out. And one of my friends was like, dude, this song describes like what's happening and like what how I feel right now. And I just was like, man, it kind of does, just kind of isolated and just longing to get to that place of normalcy or some kind of better headspace or, just more of a positive horizon. But no, I wrote it and we recorded it January of last year. So
wow.
It's over a year old. And I've just been holding on to it on my computer, all these songs. Honestly, the year was so awful. 2020, that is. I didn't want to release it in 2020. I didn't want to have, 2020 on it written forever. So yeah. I was like, I just want to clean slate and wait till 2021 and, do it that way. So
that's awesome. So, do you plan on, with being 2021, of course, I mean, we're talking probably a while before we see actual shows again and stuff like that, but do you plan on doing any shows solo with this stuff or?
Yeah, it's definitely the plan, obviously, schedule permitting with Breaking Ben and of course, when it's safe.
Right.
I definitely don't want to try and get out there prematurely. I want to make sure that it is, safe for everybody. But definitely I've been talking a little bit to some people about, some possible live stream stuff, all last year, I sat at home and I watched all these bands do the live streams, and some of them were so cool. And I was just like, man, they did it the right way. Like the Under Oath one was so sick.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so sick. And those guys are so good. So I was kind of like, all right, I want to at least just, if I can't get it that quality, I want to at least just kind of, think about this and at least make it a little bit, better than me just sitting there with my iPhone. Like, here's a song, So
that works too, though. That does work too.
Sure.
Now we will say that.
Yeah, no, for sure. At one point I kind of just broke down and said, I'm just going to do it. And I did like a Fleetwood Mac cover like a few months back.
Was that before the cranberry juice shit or after?
It was inspired by. I was I'm hearing this song everywhere. I was like, screw it. I'm just going to, sit the phone down and, give it a whirl, and it was fun. But that was just iPhone. I was outside. Of course, traffic was going by. I could hear like birds and stuff. And I was like, shut up, guys. I'm trying to do this here. But
ambiance, sir. That's ambiance.
Exactly. Right. It's just part of the experience,
Part of experience. Yeah. Nice.
So I guess my next one, and you can elaborate a lot more than some. So before Breaking Benjamin, before Out of Lita's Way, there was Copper, right? That you were in, and I remember Copper from my early radio days.
Wow,
and things like that. But you've been in this business for quite a while, and if you were to tell somebody that's up and coming and just now starting to break free and starting to get some music put out there, what would you tell them would be the best attributes for them to continue going into this music business that we have now?
Yeah, well, first off, dude, I'm honored that you remember the good old days of my first band. It was and pretty much what the guest before me tonight that you guys had was saying. It's a different world. It's a different business. It's and it's just going to keep changing. We all us as musicians and even fans, how we get our music. It's just a fluid kind of thing. It's constantly changing. So, but I really think back about those days and just being in the van and just being having a bunch of friends and getting in the garage and working out the songs for the first time. I mean, it's amazing. It's I wouldn't trade it for the world. And as far as advice goes, never give up. That's probably my biggest thing. And other than that, and if not so equally important, just write the best songs you can. The best songs you possibly can. Record them the best you can, because it's a first impression. A lot. If you're gonna play a demo for somebody or whatever, make sure it's perfect as it can be, because even if if you got to explain certain lyrics, or if you got to be like, oh well, look, the drums were a little, we were in the bathroom and we just want and we still got to mix it. It's like, don't play it yet. Make sure it's ready to go. So, it's all about, just for me, the only reason I'm here is because I never gave up, and there was plenty of opportunity to do that, because there was plenty of doors that there was no signs of opening, and it was one of those things I just had to just be persistent and stay the course, and work on my craft and work on trying to be a better songwriter, a better singer, all the while still just trying to keep the faith. But there was plenty of times where I thought to myself, oh man, this might be it. I better figure out what to do. And obviously you got to get some jobs and just kind of try to survive and stuff. But I still never let go of the dream of being able to do this and have a career. Like you said, I mean, dude, it's been over 20 years,
right,
that I've been plucking away. So it's cool, but it makes me appreciate it. Makes me appreciate where I've come from, you know, all the experiences, all the different band members and, you know, tours and stuff, you know, nothing but gratitude. So.
Oh, awesome. Jared, you got anything?
No, man, I'm just sitting back and listening because I think what our audience is like I've said it a couple times on tonight's show. You know, they're the guys that are climbing up the ladder, like struggling to like what you mentioned, man. You touched on it perfectly. Like that balance between I want to keep going, but this door got slammed in my face. Maybe I should quit. You always got people in your ear saying, you know, you need to do this, you need to do that. But persevering through that is extremely hard to do. And Keith, you're somebody that's kind of made it to that, you know, mountaintop and got to see into the valley that's you know, awaiting, I guess, not to be too metaphorical there. Kevin, write that down. That was pretty badass.
I got
you know, but like sometimes you give up before, you know, the moment hits and you didn't. And so I love that our audience gets to hear that, man, because it does happen for people, and you're telling them that keep going, man. That's a great message.
Yeah, well, you know, look, it's a lot of things. You know, it's definitely hard work, and it's definitely just the belief. You know, just you know, a lot of people talk about, you know, the law of attraction and just willing, you know, speaking things into the universe and all that stuff. You know, I don't know if any of that works, but you know, you know, it's one of those things. I kept it in my mind. I kept thinking, man, I really want to get to this, you know, level. I want to, you know, set goals, you know, and you think about those goals and you make those little tiny steps to kind of make those things happen. And I mean, plus obviously there's a lot of luck. There's a lot of luck that goes into it. But
well, like you say, though, making the goals, though, because you have to know where you're going. You don't jump in your car and just drive around the neighborhood for an hour and a half.
Exactly.
You should have a destination, right? And if you have that and you work hard at it, those things that people call luck sometimes is, you know, you've all heard the cliche when preparation meets opportunity, right? That's true, man. That's true. And then people call that luck on the outside looking in. Well, it's like, yeah, I work my ass off to make that happen, right?
Sure. It's like, you know, another way of saying the same thing is you put in all that hard work in hopes that it sets you up to be lucky.
Correct.
You know, so.
And one little thing I've learned just even outside of music is that if you put in the work and it doesn't happen when you think it should, keep putting in the work, because it may happen over here, or it may happen a week later, or you may make a connection when you thought you failed that then pays off later. And it's just this big snowball effect, right? So
yeah, absolutely. And plus just, you know, look, you put everything into something, you know, and if at the end of the day, things don't go your way, you know, and it ends up kind of you pivot your direction and what you want to do with your life or whatever. It's like you won't have any regrets, because you're like, look, I gave it my all. I left it all on the field, I guess, if you will.
Correct.
So I don't know.
Yeah, and like you mentioned too, though, the takeaway from that is even if you don't, like, what's the goal? You didn't get signed or make millions of dollars and go on tour. Guess what? You still wrote a bunch of killer music, and it's art. And just like you did when you went home, you still kept writing for yourself. You know, what did they say? Rock stars come and go, but musicians keep playing forever. So that means more to me than anything else.
That's awesome. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Cool. Well, Keith, thank you so much for spending a little time with us tonight, giving us some insight. I personally can't wait for tours to start happening again, so I can see you play live again.
Well, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, thank you. Thanks again for having me, and I can't thank you enough for featuring my new song, and you know, throwing me on the cover station too, man. That's awesome. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's good stuff, and we appreciate you, everything that you do on the music side of things.
And when you're ready to tour on that solo stuff, if you know the world gets back to like some form of sanity, let us know, man. Kevin and I are behind the scenes right now trying to figure out some kind of way that we can get some music down here in Biloxi, because I know the need is there, the want is there, and we want to pull some of the artists that we're talking to on this platform into a venue. So
awesome.
So give us a heads up.
Yeah, dude, I most definitely will. I'm, you know, in my situation, I don't have any expectations. I'm, you know, I'm not new to this, but in this kind of instance, I am new to this. I completely don't expect anybody to know who I am or anything like that. I'm just like starting out. So I will play anywhere and everywhere and meet whoever, whenever. And yeah, man.
That's awesome. That's a clip for our audience. That's the guitar player from Breaking Benjamin saying that, guys.
Challenge
So
accepted.
if you're in your local town and you're demanding all this shit and you just heard him say that, you need to take notes.
There you
Well,
go.
look, I mean, that's what it's all about. I mean, that's what it's all about is the connection with people. And you know, I consider myself incredibly lucky to be in a band that has a great fan base. And obviously I'm trying to build that, you know, name for myself as well. And so that's really where it begins and ends is the fans. So
awesome. Well, thank you so much, and good luck on the future. And when you're ready, if you want to come back on the show and talk about anything, let us know.
awesome. Yeah, I appreciate it.
You won't get a no out of us.
Hell yeah.
All right, Keith. Thank you, brother.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Keith.
See you guys.
Have a good one.
You too.
All right. That was awesome.
Kevin.
I know.
What a show.
I was a fan. I know. I could
No, dude. No, listen. There's going to be some people come on here that I fangirl about too, and I'm going to lead with that. So I'm proud, dude. You said you saw him. How many times did you see Breaking Benjamin?
I've seen Breaking Benjamin 18 times.
That is impressive.
I've traveled. I've traveled as far as Houston and somewhere in Florida to see him. I've seen him in Memphis. I've seen him in Jackson. I've seen him in Biloxi. I've seen him in Alabama. But yeah, and when he was with Adelita's Way, I saw him several times with Adelita's Way, and the band Copper that he was with, they had one single, I think CPR teased a couple times. So yeah, I remember when
the first time you saw him, what stage of the game was Breaking Benjamin? Like, where were they at?
So he didn't join the band until 2014.
Okay, so, but I mean, you've been a Breaking Benjamin fan though since the beginning, right?
Right, since Saturate, the first album.
Yeah.
So,
what was the first single?
The first single was Polyamorous.
Okay. Did you see him on that tour?
I did. I saw him in Jackson with Evans Blue.
Did they open?
Tour. I saw him at Tipitina's. I saw him at the House of Blues.
Wait, what Tipitina show?
It was Breaking Benjamin. I can't remember who was with him, but
the one I saw was Tipitina Uptown. They opened up for Saliva.
And that might have been it.
It was the Jägermeister tour.
Yeah. I guarantee you that was.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that was it.
Yeah,
and,
I was there with Boyd, and he was the Jägermeister. That's a whole other story. I'll tell you that one later.
One of my favorite stories is the Houston story. When I went and saw him in Houston, and I was working at the radio station, so I got the hookup on some tickets, and I brought some friends, and we were supposed to have 6 tickets when we got to Will Call. So we go to Houston, we stay the night. Big concert the next day, Papa Roach and Breaking Benjamin, and I forgot who all was on that show, but it was a big festival. And when we got there were only 5 tickets. Oh, Three Doors was on there too. So there were only 5 tickets.
Are you serious? You brought 6 people?
And we had 6 people because I was told we had 3 pairs. So
yeah.
5 tickets. But anyways, so I let all of them go in, and I saw where all the buses were going. So I just sat on the curb.
Wait a minute. You went to a show, thought you had 6 tickets, brought 5 friends, got 5 tickets, and stayed outside, and they all went in?
But the best part of the whole story was,
I know where this is going. I'm just saying people need to understand what kind of guy you are.
Yeah. Well, it's because I knew I could probably pull off what I pulled off later. I sat on the curb where the buses were going in, and one of the record reps for the radio station saw me, and I ended up with all access passes. And the next time my friend saw me, I was standing behind the drummer for Breaking Benjamin while they were playing on stage.
Oh shit. Okay. Kind of made you sound like an asshole at the end, but
I know, right?
Still a good story.
I had lunch with Papa Roach that day too.
Damn it. Michelle, what a guy. Yeah, what a guy. Kevin, I don't know, man. We had a hell of a day. We tried to do our best. We tried to go live from our studio.
Yeah.
Kevin drove from Pensacola to Biloxi, from Biloxi to Gulfport back to Biloxi, and then Biloxi back to Pensacola. I don't know. We're out here. We're in the trenches, man. We're trying to make it happen for you. We hope you're enjoying the shit. I know we're having a damn good time. We can't wait until we can schedule some shit like the 228 day where we can hang out with y'all in person That'll probably be more of a local thing, but hey, by all means, if you're watching this and you're states away or whatever, and you want to come hang out with us in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, the invite is there, and we'll make it worth your time. I can guarantee that. Jordan, thank you for being in the comments, sir, and thank you for letting us borrow the camera today to do a little bit of field testing, man. We love you.
I love it.
Kathy and Susie Kid podcast, man. Check that shit out. But I don't know, man. We're gonna keep persevering. I'm loving the way the show's going. 2021, I feel like is we're working our way back. Don't you, Kevin? I know 2020 sucked shit and a half as far as music goes. We had a lot to be thankful for, but as far as music goes, it was not good. And I think it's gonna turn around this year.
No, I think we're gonna get a turnaround. I don't know how quick it is going to turn around, but I think at some point, like I said, they've started announcing some of the bigger festivals. They're moving them towards the back half of the year, but at least they're getting them out there, and you're going to start seeing bands get booked. So it's going to be I think eventually it will end up being that fun year, and we are going to get to see some live music finally.
I think so too, man. If you're still in the comment section, you're still watching, we're an hour and 20 in. We appreciate it. You can find us on all the socials at the Sound 228. You can check out all the merch and everything we got. Everything is at thesound228.com. Yep. And if you really want to be just kind of like in the know, the app is the best way to do that, because you get the radio station too. Download that app, iPhone, Android, doesn't matter. Look us up, the Sound 228 radio app. You can see all our Facebook, Instagram, our podcast is on there. It's all like just kind of smushed into this one thing. And if you want to talk to Kevin and I directly, text us. Just text the Sound to area code 228-641-1648, and you'll be in the know. We are biting at the bit to get a venue that we can run these bands through, man. We want to do it, and we're working on that. So whatever. Mark, if you order one of the I clicked the wrong. Yeah, 228 day Sound 228. What's up, Gary? Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate that.
Yes.
And Mark, you're right.
Get
one of those candles, man.
Sunday.
Say it again. Say it again, Kevin.
I said Gary's about to be on Croncast this Sunday. So
that's some other brothers of ours. So
definitely check it out.
Yeah, we love them dudes too. Y'all have a great night. Kevin, did we miss anything? I know.
Yes.
I wanted to end it before you remembered.
I got it. So
this is only the second time I think that you've ever remembered.
The grudge match being brought to you by Cheeky Monkey Cake Company.
Click in broadcast.
Your champion tonight is Nothing Known. Save Me, which was video number 2. That is their second win. February 21st, they will go for the Hall of Fame. So,
hey, both bands kicked ass as always. We don't pick the bands to be in the grudge match if Kevin and I don't already love their music. So we appreciate it. Thank y'all for voting, and we will see you when, Kevin?
February 21st. Relent will be on the show, and we will be in the studio.
Unless we get the studio up and running and we do a surprise attack and we just throw a date on y'all.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, and February 17th. There's a band that we've been playing on the radio station called Hopeful.
Oh.
February 17th, their new single comes out on February 19th. February 17th, we will be the only show that is able to play that song 2 days early. So we'll be debuting that February 17th with the band Hopeful. So
go to hell, Silent Trust. I appreciate the comment. Love you, motherfuckers. And we will talk to y'all later.
Peace.